Good afternoon, folks. It's Thursday, and we've got a little bit of information on Caitlyn Clark this afternoon relative to her injury, and we have a couple of other things we want to talk about before specifically the game they have tonight, where she will not be playing. So, Caitlyn Clark, it was released today after visiting a couple of the doctors, and she did see specialists while she was in New York while the team was playing the Liberty. They have revealed that she has no new injury. Okay, so that's good news. There's nothing new going on. It's a re-aggravation of the groin injury. Okay. So that's good. It's good when there's nothing new that's going on. Now, she has been receiving treatment faithfully, both traditional and non-traditional. So let's talk a little bit about the non-traditional therapy she's going through. I'm not going to put a bunch of technical articles in the description. I'm going to tell you what they are because I've done all the reading myself, okay? So some of the non-traditional therapy she's been using are red light therapy, which is also called a photobiomodulation, which can be beneficial for sports injuries by promoting healing, reducing inflammation, and managing pain. It utilizes specific wavelengths of both red and near infrared light to stimulate cellular activity, which may potentially speed up recovery, improve athletic performance. So that's one of the therapies she's using. Then there's dry needling. It's used by both acupuncturists and physical therapists to treat musculoskeletal pain. It involves inserting thin, sterile needles into what are called trigger points in the body without injecting any medication. Okay, so there's no medication being injected into the body. It's used more like acupuncture to deal with musculoskeletal pain. And then the third, which you guys have all probably heard about, is hyperbaric oxygen chambers. So she's been using that. It's something that's being used by athletes pretty routinely now. And it supposedly accelerates recovery from sports injuries. And it does this by allowing the person to breathe pure oxygen in a pressurized chamber, which will increase oxygen levels in the blood, promoting faster healing, reducing inflammation, and alleviating pain. Then it says this can be particularly beneficial for muscle strains, ligament sprains, tendon injuries, and even concussions. So those are the three more non-traditional therapies she's using to get herself back in the court. So listen, folks, the indication here is that the ball is in her court as to when she's going to return. Okay, she is ruled out for tonight's game. She did not play Tuesday night's game. Now, I don't know why anybody should be surprised. She was just injured a week ago Tuesday. And typically with these injuries, she's been out for at least 2 weeks before rejoining the team on the floor. So this is not anything unusual. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Social media is a cesspool, okay? It absolutely is. Now, there's several videos out there that are AI videos, and I'm urging you not to pay attention to them, okay? One of them is that her own doctor's revealing that pro basketball could potentially lose the best thing they have because of this injury. This is bullshit, okay? If Caitlyn Clark's doctor was going to reveal such information, he wouldn't be giving it to a channel that makes AI narrated videos. I promise you. That would be something he would consult with Caitlyn Clark on first. And then he would make that statement himself. No self-respecting physician is going to make an AI video with that kind of information in it. That is what we call clickbait. that is stuff to get you to go listen to their bullshit and grow their channel, okay? Don't pay any attention to that, all right? She will give you the information, and it will, whether or not she's using the fever doctors exclusively or not, that update will come through the fever team. She is under contract to them, okay? So she will reveal that either herself or through the fever. She plays for the fever. Okay, this is now a day-to-day thing. And my take on it is it's probably her decision at this point, not just the doctors that are in the fever organization. So let's understand that. The other thing is all these people saying that she should take the rest of the year off. You don't know Caitlyn Clark very well then. You haven't gotten the memo yet. You haven't been looking at her and listening to her and understanding that her life is basketball, essentially, okay? And she is not going to just simply decide today that she's not coming back until next season. She wants to be back out on the floor, and she wants to be helping her teammates to win. So that's where we are with the injury situation. We're going to see where it goes from here. It may be that she doesn't play in the last 3 games of the month of July and comes back for August. That seems to make, in my mind, the most sense. But again, I don't talk to Caitlyn Clark. I don't talk to her doctors. I'm just observing that the more time she can give it and the more time she can give to getting therapy for it is better, okay? Rather than rushing back. So that would be my thought process. Secondly, there's some more drama going on, okay? I don't know if any of you guys have heard this. It was all over. It was all over the sports channels last night, where apparently some schmo went out and posted, and I believe it might have been on Twitter, that Caitlyn Clark can't win without Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, but Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell in the Fever can win without Caitlyn Clark. Well, that set off a shitstorm, okay? Because Kelsey Mitchell's twin reposted that and said she agrees. So let's get something straight here, okay? Let's get something straight here. The Indiana Fever are 4-7 without Caitlyn Clark. In other words, they've played 11 games without Caitlyn Clark and they've won 4 of them. All right? And this is kind of like, for me, I mean, I'm on social media for reasons known to me, other than the fact that I follow what goes on out there, because I want to be able to tell you guys what's baloney and what isn't baloney. And I am also a political activist, so I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I mean, honestly, if I never had to be on Twitter again in my life, I wouldn't be on there, but I can't be off there, okay? It's just not the way it is. So let me just say this so people understand this. Basketball is a team sport, but there is a intangible thing that Caitlyn Clark brings to any basketball venue, and it's her basketball IQ, okay? And that is what's missing from the Indiana Fever right now. Again, the other night, Tuesday night, aside from the poor coaching, once again, and we'll talk about that in a minute, they collapsed in the 4th quarter to the Liberty when they had played them pretty evenly for 3 quarters. But they ended up losing by 14 points. Okay? They ended up losing by 14 points because they broke down. And that's been essentially their whole season without Caitlyn Clark. So, 2 things. In my opinion, the family members of sports stars should STFU when it comes to this stuff. Because now what has happened as a result of this is that everybody's pissed off at Kelsey Mitchell. And they're out there attacking her. Well, you can't do that, folks, because Kelsey Mitchell has never said a bad word about Caitlyn Clark. Okay? She hasn't. Kelsey Mitchell did not say it. Her twin sister said it. She's the one that should be attacked, not Kelsey Mitchell. People are out there saying, dump her, don't bring her back. You know what? That's totally not fair, okay? Kelsey Mitchell has been a loyal warrior for the Indiana Fever for almost 8 seasons, okay? And she has literally suffered through 5-win seasons with them. And again, as I've said, the Indiana Fever did not make the playoffs until Caitlyn Clark came as a freshman. That was the first time in 7 years that they made it into the playoffs. So let's just make sure we understand that I think what the schmo said was utterly stupid, and I think Kelsey Mitchell's twin was stupid to retweet it and stick her nose in it. Okay? But such is life on social media, and this is why Caitlyn Clark doesn't play on social media. Okay? She does not. She does not talk basketball on social media. She does not talk about her personal life much on social media. She may post a couple of pictures on Instagram, but Caitlyn Clark believes that social media is not the real world. And I tend to agree with her. So that's number 2. Let's get off Kelsey Mitchell's back, okay? It's not her fault, okay? She did not say those words. And neither did Aaliyah Boston, by the way. Thirdly, the game the other night, which was, again, a collapse. But again, I just have to bring out a couple things about Stephanie White's coaching style, which is there are no superstar teams. There are no hero. We don't play hero ball. Well, I'm going to tell you something. When you have someone as talented as Caitlyn Clark, the offense gets run through them. That's the way it's supposed to be. Just as with the Celtics coaching philosophy was give Larry the ball and get out of the way. That's exactly what went down. He won 3 MVPs in a row. They won championships in the 80s, okay? With Larry Bird running the show. Now, Larry Bird didn't just hog the ball just like Caitlyn Clark does it. He made everybody around him a better basketball player. And that's what's missing from the Indiana Fever right now. There's also something else missing, and it's called intelligence on the part of the coaching staff. The other night in the game, Sophie Cunningham hit 5 threes, and then she was benched. I mean, what the hell? When someone's got the hot hand, you put the hot hand in the game and you leave them there, okay? This woman, Stephanie White, I don't understand this philosophy. It certainly isn't, let's build a team around Caitlyn. And we were all led to believe that that's what was going on here. And it is so far from what is going on. It's not funny. As I have said a million times, Christy Sides wasn't a prize, but she had figured it out by the second half of Caitlyn Clark's freshman season. When Caitlyn Clark had the ball after the All-Star break and after the Olympic break, they went 18-11 in the second half of the season, with supposedly a less talented team than this one, although you'd have a hard time convincing me of that at this point. DeWanna Bonner was a joke. That whole situation was a joke. Some of the other people they've brought in, I guess I don't understand what the purpose was. There are days when Natasha Howard is really good. She is a great defensive player. She is a good small forward. She should not be bringing the ball up the floor. She doesn't pass it when she does, and she loses it when she does. Aaliyah Boston should be under the basket. All right. Damaris Dante shouldn't be out above the key shooting threes. She is a power forward. She belongs inside. Okay. They need to learn how to put people in the best positions they can for success. And I don't think Stephanie White understands that. I think she's locked into Connecticut Sun basketball. That's where she was last. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at slow down basketball. And it's that kind of slow down basketball that allows players to gang up on Caitlyn Clark. Now, you know, just like you have this thing called help defense, okay, you also have help offense. But what I see is they leave Caitlyn Clark to try to battle 2 and 3 defenders, and they go up and stand around and wave their arms. Come back and help her. She'll throw the ball to you, then you can throw the ball back to her. I don't see the genius of this coaching staff. And every time I see the assistant coach in his green suit, all I can think of is Mr. Green Jeans. Okay, I just don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. I don't think they have a successful vision. And I don't think Stephanie White is a very good coach. Okay, let me just say that. I mean, I knew of her before she came to the Indiana Fever. I knew a little bit about her as a player. I know she was fired from Vanderbilt University as a coach. I know she won Coach of the Year, but there are plenty of people who've won Coach of the Years who were not very good coaches at all. And I know her 2016 stint with the Fever wasn't all that great. So why she's back here now when they could have let Christy Sides have one more year to build on the success that they found. And yes, okay, let's bring in a couple of players. Let's get rid of the deadwood and let's bring in a couple of players. Sophie Cunningham, great. Bring her in. They could have brought her in. I would have been fine with that. As far as everybody else, I'm not convinced. Okay? I'm not convinced. So that's where we are today. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I will keep an eye out on the web to see if there's any more information about Caitlyn Clark's return over the next couple days. I believe they have a game on Sunday. I'm not quite sure. I know they're playing the Chicago Sky again. I'm not sure if that's Sunday or not. I think they have tonight, Thursday, Sunday, and then Wednesday is the way I think it goes. And that should probably end up the schedule for July, and maybe she'll be back for August. But this is certainly not the only thing we want to talk about here, okay? I just don't want this video to be 40 minutes long. So we're going to stop this one here, and I'll be back. I got a list of stuff we need to talk about, including answering more questions from people who post comments on our YouTube channel. So this is our YouTube channel, folks. We need you to keep commenting. We need you to like. We need you to share. And we need you to just stick with us, okay? We'll get it going here. As we head in to the real hot and heavy part of the season, which will be August. We'll see if the Indiana Fever can make the playoffs. And I'm sure that Caitlyn Clark wants nothing more than for that to be the case. Just as I'm sure she's sitting on the sidelines rooting for her team to win without her, okay? She's not that kind of player. She's not, looking for them to lose because she's not out there. That's not Caitlyn Clark. I will talk to you guys later. You have a great afternoon. And maybe I'll be back tonight. We'll see how it goes. Bye-bye.